Lynn was tax and I was audit. We were admitted to the partnership at the same time so that we had accomplishments that were unique to us as individuals, but collectively worked well for the office as a whole. We were congenial, we were collaborative, we were collegial, and that is an ingredient that perhaps no longer exists in public accounting today. We benefited by having those features in our relationship and by working together for the common good of our clients and our business.
Good leader. People wanted to follow him. Very technically competent in his field. Excellent reputation in town. In fact, I'll tell you, Lynn Keeling could have been a partner in any firm he chose to join, small one, big one. He had all the talent, skills, people skills. He had the whole package.
There was one course of study that I felt like really convinced me that I was where I needed to be. And interestingly, it's the intermediate accounting courses. And when I took those courses, not only did I enjoy them, but I made a good grade. And that set up some opportunities for me that I wouldn't have otherwise had. The accounting professor teaching that class was a fellow by the name of Elwood Parkhill. He had an accounting practice on the side and frequently chose students out of his intermediate class to work for him based on their performance in that class. I was lucky enough to get one of those invitations to work for him. And that served as sort of a head start for my career in accounting. And I believe was very helpful in my receiving a job offer from a Big 8 accounting firm, Pete Marwick, now KPMG, the next year. And I had a job waiting for me when I graduated.
Some of us referred to Lynn as Mr. Clean because of the way he approached his entire life. There were never any doubts about which side Lynn was going to be on. He was going to be on the white hat side of every issue. And we came to appreciate that because although I might see things with a great deal more gray area, Lynn always was able to correct our course and keep us on track because of his steadfast guidelines for his own personal behavior and the way he approached our business.
One thing that I had wanted to do for a long time that I couldn't do while I was working was write a book that I have wanted to write for many, many years. And in retirement, I have been able to find the time and resources required to investigate and write that book and have it published. In many respects, it's a composite story about the total experience of pioneer settlers who came to Texas in those years and helped shape what the future of our great state has become.
I was really impressed with the book. First of all, I'm a bit of a history buff, but you know, what I tell people if they ever want to get a glimpse of who Lynn Keeling is, read that book. Just a marvelous job of the research and then the way he handled talking about his ancestors and how that watch came into his possession. Because you get pretty far through the book. You know, when it said the watch, I thought it was going to be talking about maybe some military action, or you don't get the understanding that it's a relic from the past that wound up in his hands and how that happened until you get to the end of the book. So I just thought he did a marvelous job, and it really tells you who he is when you read that book. Yeah, the only thing I'm disappointed is he refuses to bring the watch and let me actually have a look at it.
Lynn, this is a great honor for you. It's one that I can appreciate, having been recognized by my alma mater. My most important message to you is keep up the good work and welcome to the club.
I don't think I can say this about too many people that I met in my 34 years in public accounting, but I never heard anybody that he worked for, anybody that worked for him, or anybody he worked with say a negative thing about Len Keeling.